and welcome back to day 10 of Preptober. Today I'm here to talk to you about Magna Carta, which is a concept that I've learned about in this book. This is the No Plot, No Problem book by Chris Beatty, the founder of NaNoWriMo. Now, what the Magna Carta is that you sit down and you figure out, what do I enjoy in movies or books or TV series, I suppose. What is it to me that makes them good? And this can be anything from pacing to description of landmarks to really beautiful clothes to lots of action or lots of romance or space aliens or whatever it is you might like. Try to think of these things, maybe looking back at your most recent reads or your favorite books, as well as favorite movies and TV shows and things along that nature. For me, for example, that would be snarky characters, it would be diversity in the cast, it would be, depending on the genre, it would be glorious clothes, especially if it's like fantasy. I really like good fantasy clothing, to a bit of romance and road trips, for example. These are some elements I really like, and you don't have to have 5 things, you can have 20 or 2 or 37. The more you have, the better, because it gives you a broader thing to work with. But basically sit down and try to figure out all the things you enjoy in books, in works of fiction. And also keep this list at hand, because it can be quite difficult to sit down. Like, I need to figure out 50 things I like in fiction right now. It might be easy to come up with it as time goes on. But make that list and try to make it as wide and big as you can. And when you have that, you do the opposite. You take a new piece of paper or a blank document or whatever you want to use, and you sit down and you list the things that bore you in works of fiction, that bore you or that don't interest you or that piss you off. For me, insta-love doesn't do anything for me. I don't like when things are a problem in our world, for example homophobia, is a thing that's also put into a fantasy world, because in a fantasy world you can do whatever you want, and I don't see why that should be in there, for example. And let's say I also get bored by big fight scenes and someone being the chosen one and teenagers saving the world, for example. Put that into a second list. And then when you've done that, you have your list of things you like and enjoy, and you have the list of things you dislike and don't enjoy. And again, this can take quite a while to do. It probably won't be like a 5-minute exercise, but once you have this list or a start to this list, you can try to see if you see any patterns, and or if there are things you want to implement in your novel. Because there is potentially quite a big link between things I enjoy reading in fiction and things I enjoy writing in fiction. They're not always the same, but I do think there's a lot to be learned from just seeing, okay, this is a list of things I like, my story is missing something, can I implement any of these things? And vice versa, I have now outlined or written my first draft, or I'm somewhere in the process of what I'm doing, no matter if I'm pantsing or plotting, and I realize that I've now put in insta-love, and maybe that's why it feels like the story is dragging and why I don't want to write it. But this is just a brief, short video. I just wanted to get this out now because I am going to refer back to the Magna Carta list throughout the next few videos. So I figured it would be a good place to start by actually making such a list. And I'll put mine in the description down below, because I didn't actually sit down and plan my own out before I filmed this. But I will put it in the description down below, so you can have a look at that if you want to. I might also add to that throughout, because again, I don't think I'm gonna have a complete list when I upload this video. But anyway, that was it for this video. It was short and sweet, I hope, and I will have another video up for you tomorrow where the Magna Carta will play a role. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with a new video. Goodbye.